Hello everyone. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, I guess you can respond to me in the comments if you want, I guess. But this video is going to be mainly about confessions and well, mine specifically. And when I do confess, I mean, I don't know how you guys really I don't even think most of you are going to give a flying shit. But if you do, feel free to respond to any of them in the comments, and if you are butthurt about some of them, just cry about it, I guess. Alright, here we go. First confession I would like to make is I am pretty regretful over many things that actually happened to me in the past. I mean, I know that I may have fucked some people over, and if you're one of those people and you're watching this, this is a sorry to you in specific. I felt this is, the first one I wanted to put because I know some of you are probably going to stop watching at like this moment right now, or sometime in the beginning, because you clearly don't give a shit. And if you do, thank you for still watching. It's my second regret is, to be honest with all of you, I know I don't, not to sound like a fucking like cheeky bastard or anything, but I I've honestly never been that great with girls. Of all seriousness, I'm just I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the mood I'm in, but for the most part, I'm just not good with women at all. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest with you. Like, for example, like when I'm trying to introduce myself to another girl, like I feel like I speak gibberish. You know what I mean? It's just like, and it's kind of tough sometimes. But you know, it's just kind of tough for me. Period. All right, next one. I play World of Warcraft. If you didn't know that, if you have any questions about, blah blah blah, any of that stuff about WoW, you can comment it or message me or whatever. But yeah, I do play WoW. Sometimes honestly, oh yeah, this is my fourth one. Sometimes I honestly wish I was able to approach some people that I have never met before, just completely, just flat out go right up to them and just say something. I mean, sometimes I can, but for the most time I can't. It's just, I don't know. I guess me just prevents me. I don't know what else to, how to put that, but fifth one. I can't talk today. I feel that, I don't know. I find a lot of people to be considered cruel. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some people. I don't know if it's just in this area in particular that I live in, but I guess in some other areas it is pretty cruel. But cruelty is definitely one of those things that are, really just around, I guess. It's I just don't like it. I mean, I sometimes, honestly, I just see. I don't think people like think about the things that they say. Sometimes, like some people are just born without any guilt or a conscience, and those are usually the people that kind of grow up to be psychos. So, you know. Another one bites the dust. Another confession. I don't know what. I lost track. But next one is I've only had 4 girlfriends in counting. This may be a shocker for some of you. It might be, but it is that I've only had 4. Of all seriousness, and I don't know. It's next one. I'm not really good at thinking, like, when you're in a conversation and it's just like you're thinking of something to say. Like, I'm not really good at like kind of like responding just like that, like thinking on the spot. You know what I mean? Like, this only occurs in real life situations, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't know, I can't think on the spot there. The next confession is I've never been really good at sports. I just always sucked. I mean, maybe in 6th grade when I played basketball, I was decent, but for the most part, I just suck. Just completely blow. And I cannot play sports worth of my life. I like to hear the next one. I like to hear people's stories. Like, I don't give a shit what it's about, but I just love hearing stories. But they have to be real. I don't like hearing fake stories. I mean, I've kind of got over that phase, like, after I was 5, but, you know, I like to hear real life stories that has occurred to people because, you know, people learn from experience. And, you know. Next one. I actually, I truly like art. I seriously just have a thing for art. And I just like acknowledging nature. Like, I don't know if any of you guys can hear me out here, whoever watches this, but this is just the way I feel. I truly just like looking, whether it's like, you know, a picture someone drew, like that's actually decent, like actual famous art, music of all genres, except I'm not too fond of today's generation music, but uh, what else? Any sort of creative media that's out there that's actually has some sort of interesting origin or just looks really nice. And all right, I think that's enough for that one. Next one, you know when I don't know if any of you guys heard of this game before, but it's called the Scary Maze game, and basically the main purpose is eventually, if you don't do the maze right, there's going to be a screamer. Like the objective of the game is to just like kind of consume like your concentration to trying to beat that game. Then once you fuck up, that fucking horrid picture is gonna pop up along with an obnoxious scream that just destroys the eardrums of headphone users. But the moral of that story, or that whatever you want to call it, is simply that I don't like screamers. I hate screamers. I don't like anything about screamers. I just want to fucking just purge them from the world. Next one. When I meet a new person, I literally observe every single aspect of the person and at every single aspect of the conversation, for the fact that I just like learning, you know, like about new people, I guess you could say. Whether it's like, I guess I would have to be interested, but I do kind of observe every single aspect, whether it's like, oh, this guy smells like crap, this guy doesn't brush his teeth, obviously, and that's just kind of the person I am. Of course, I'm not going to speak out and just be like, oh, you don't brush your teeth, oh, your teeth looks like butter, or whatever. So, I'm just not like that. But I do observe every single aspect of the person. Kindness goes a long way with me. If you're not kind, then I don't like you at all. But if you are kind, then I like you. I like you a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's something. Next one. Sometimes I feel, I don't know if it's just my life I feel this. I don't know if any of you guys feel this, but I feel that life is just a perpetual loop. Meaning the same, like, it's like an endless loop of just the same shit happening over and over again. I mean, sure, I know some of you are going to be like, oh, you don't have an interesting life. It's just, you know, sometimes there's just a period of time where it's just kind of boring. You know what I mean? It just kind of, stuff kind of gets stale. And yeah, it happens to me sometimes. So I'm just, you know. My next one is well, at this time of the year, December, this is usually when, like, it's like the loneliest for me, I guess you could say, because it's just kind of, I don't know, because my friends have, you know, all of them basically have girlfriends now, and it's just kind of like, oh man, it's just me and my ramen, and yeah, that's pretty much, you know, I'm not lonely when I eat my ramen. I'm fine then. But all right, next one. I'm literally just open to anybody who wants to come and talk to me. Like, I don't care who you are. I will just talk to you for however long you'd like. And this is my final and last one. And I have literally a various taste in music. It's just the way I've been. I would literally listen to anything that sounds good, but I'm not gonna lie to you. If if I feel it sounds like shit, I won't listen to it. So, if I don't know if my definition of good and your definition of good is the same, and it's obviously not. So, if I don't like your shit, then, sorry. But that's a bit it for today. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make more videos in the future. A 10-minute video is pretty crazy, but yeah, I guess it's for the sake of me slacking. But alright guys, if you have any things you want to ask me, feel free to message me on my Facebook or whatever you want to do. So yeah.